there are two ways that lack of discipline makes you ugly. And the first way is how it changes people's perception of you. And the second way is how it changes your perception on yourself. You see, you already know that discipline is the biggest cheat code in life. You've been talked to about discipline enough, but it hasn't clicked yet. You need to understand that discipline makes you more attractive. It makes you more respected, more confident. But when you don't have it, it just makes you ugly. Fucking straight up. Discipline is just the ultimate form of self-respect. And when you respect yourself, you do what's best for yourself. Discipline is being able to say no to what's easiest, to what's comfortable. And it's about being able to say yes to what makes you better. And when you have discipline, you have self-trust. And when you have self-trust, you carry yourself differently. What I'm trying to say is when you respect yourself, you feel more attractive. And when people respect you, they are more attracted to you. Think about it. You don't want to fuck someone you don't respect. Some guys are just trying to fuck whoever, but I hope you have higher standards than that. And girls definitely have higher standards than that. They will not want to be seen with you, and they will definitely not want to touch you, sleep with you, not at all, if they don't respect you, and that's just a fact. The biggest thing for them is they have to respect you, and if your girl or a girl doesn't respect you, she's not going to stick around. She's not going to be interested. And the thing about self-respect is that there's only one real way to build it, and that's by going through hard shit. You need to respect yourself first before other people can respect you. You have to go through hard shit, make yourself suffer, and come out a new man. You have to make yourself suffer a little bit in the sense of you got to challenge yourself to do something that you're not comfortable with. And once you prove to yourself that you are much more capable of doing things that you never imagined, of being someone you never imagined, that's when you build self-respect. Self-respect is when your words match your actions. Not when your actions are off, when your intentions are off, but it's when you say things and you fucking follow up. You gotta realize that the first thing people notice without you saying a word is your body. Your body is the ultimate symbol of self-respect, and your physique is just going to be the loudest statement you ever make. It's a silent flex, right? But that's only if you're disciplined. It's not a silent flex if you're not disciplined. If your body resembles mediocrity, people are going to see that. They're just going to see you as fucking mid. But when you have a nice body, it shows to everyone exactly who you are without saying a word. And that's why nice bodies are rare. It takes work, and that's why people respect it. You can't buy it. You can't fake it. You can only earn it. It proves that you are in control of your mind. You can endure pain. You can delay gratification, and you can work hard. And when people see those traits in you, those very attractive traits, they respect you instantly. You don't need to prove anything when your body does the talking for you. Compare that to a guy who wears designer and flexes a Rolex everywhere. That doesn't impress anyone. It just shows that like you want to spend money for validation. Because no one knows where that money comes from, but they know that that body came from hard work. And hard work is respectable. And that's why being in shape is a cheat code. It's their first impression of you. And it's like your character. Like, you know how we play in video games, you got to design your character. And you just try and have the coolest looking like character ever. I remember playing Halo and like just trying to make it look like Master Chief, make it look cool as hell. Some of you guys do not know what I'm talking about, but what I'm trying to get to is your body is a representation of your mindset. So when your body represents a mind that's like not intact, a mind that's not in control, you kind of like look like shit. I just want you to realize that I'm here in my car making this video for one reason, and that's because I was in whatever situation you're in right now. When I was 50 pounds heavier, I wasn't happy with myself. I didn't feel good. I didn't feel valuable. No one saw me as valuable either. But today, bro, you can't make this shit up. Of course it happens today. A girl follows me after class and she asked for my number. I said no, of course, because I have a girlfriend. But that shit doesn't happen to you when you're out of shape, when you're heavier. Because pretty girls want valuable guys, right? They want rare guys. I'm not even on some fucking Andrew Tate shit. I'm literally just trying to get the point across that, like, pretty girls are rare. And they want you to match their rarity. A pretty girl doesn't want you unless you match the rarity in some sense. And when I was fat, I was not rare. I was just like every other guy. There was nothing going for me. And if you're fat, you're not gonna be rare either. And that's why you're not getting the respect that you want. You don't deserve this respect yet because you have to earn it, right? And 90% of guys are not going to get the respect that they want because they didn't work for it. But if you just work on your body, you jump into that top 10% of men. And you get that top 10% of respect. When you're disciplined, people treat you differently. When you walk into a room, they can feel it. They watch their tone around you. They think twice before disrespecting you because your body represents self-respect. So they're going to meet that standard. Your body represents that you don't tolerate bullshit. And this is just human nature. People judge you on how you judge yourself. And if your body tells them that you take yourself seriously, then why would they not take you seriously? And it's the other way around. If your body shows that you don't respect yourself, they're not going to want to respect you. I want to bring up this point real quick. Think about what makes a woman attractive. We're going to flip the switch. If you meet a girl and she has an amazing body, what does that tell you about her? It tells you that she takes care of herself. She eats right. And she has habits that make her fit. She respects herself. And that's sexy as hell. That's wife material, right? It shows that she was raised right because you're not just judging her off of how she looks, but it's more about what habits and what kind of person she needs to be to look that certain way. And that's exactly the same thing with you. That's exactly the same way that women look at you. When your body doesn't follow through on that, when it just shows that you don't really have the high standards for yourself, they're not going to have high standards for you either. They're not going to want to care. When your body represents discipline, power, strength, whatever, all these like big man terms, they're going to meet you at that level and they're going to have the same high regard for you. When you have high regards for yourself, they're going to meet you there. When they see you the way you see yourself, they're going to see you as a man. And when your body is put together, it shows that you have your life put together. And that's husband material, bro. You got to settle down at some point. I know we're probably both young, but you're going to have to settle down at some point. So you might as well start showing it off. But the real best part about discipline and getting in shape isn't just about the body. It's not just about the body. It's about what happens to your mind. The biggest transformation is mental. The negative self-talk just goes away. The anxiety, the depression, you know what I'm talking about, when your brain is just mad at you and it hates you and it fills you with all these insecurities, that starts to go away. Because you don't stress yourself out when your life is where it needs to be. When your life is going good, your brain doesn't need to be the bad guy anymore. The noise just goes away. But the only way for you to get there is to stop being a slave to comfort. You know what's right and what's wrong. You know that a lack of discipline is ugly, even to yourself. Especially, we're going to go here, especially with food. You can see when someone has zero self-control, when they eat for comfort, when they don't think about the future, and they just do whatever feels good in the moment, when they choose to escape, when their mind is on comfort and escaping. And that mindset leaks into everything. Because if you're willing to throw away your goals for just a little bit of pleasure right now, what else are you willing to throw away? If you're someone who will throw away everything just because you can't control your emotions or your desires, you will always be insecure, and people are going to notice this. When you can't control yourself, when you can't control your actions based on your emotions, you will always be insecure and not trust yourself. People will notice this. But most importantly, you will notice this. And this is why people don't respect other undisciplined people. Because if you can't take care of yourself, why should other people expect you to take care of them? Ultimately, at the end of the day, people just want to form connections where they feel like you have their back. And when you don't have your own back, how are you going to be able to take care of someone else? You won't be able to. So here's what you need to do. You need to become more disciplined, obviously. But this is already fucking step one. How do you actually go about doing this? Discipline is simple when you have an outline. When you don't need to make a choice. When something no longer becomes optional. Because when it's an option, you're just going to choose what's comfortable. And if it's an option, it's just a matter of time before temptation strikes and you give up. So this is how we're going to overcome that. You need to set an outline. You need to create a direction. So let's start by creating 3 goals. You don't have to be super specific. This is literally how I form my mindset for a new season of change. This is what I do when I feel like I need to head down a new path. I create 3 goals. Let's say your goal is to make $100,000 this year, to see your abs for the first time, and to become smart. You just need direction. And then you need a system that's going to push you in that direction that you can follow through on every day. All that is create those 3 goals, and then you need 5 daily habits that you can do every day that will push you towards that goal. We said make $100,000, see your abs for the first time, and get smart. I don't know if I added that last one, get smart. But you create 5 habits, read 10 pages every day, lift weights or go for a run every day, track your calories and your macros, wake up at 5 a.m. so you can work extra every single day. I don't even know. 5th one is whatever. The big thing here is when you set boundaries of what you need to do, it becomes almost impossible not to do them. And that's because they're in front of you. They're there. When you get good at doing those things over and over, you don't need to force yourself to do them anymore because it just becomes a habit. And when you see those habits pay off, it requires even less discipline because you can tell it's working. That's why you see so many people get obsessed with improving themselves and it seems so effortless. That's because improving themselves just becomes a habit, and when it pays off, they fall in love. When you start yourself off with a plan, it becomes real. The plan becomes real. And when it becomes real, it becomes a genuine challenge. And like I said in the beginning of the video, when you challenge yourself, that's when you build self-respect. And when you build self-respect, everything changes. I just want to finish off the video by saying this. This is your shot, bro. You already have a voice in the back of your mind saying that you are meant and made for so much more. You can do so much more. So let's start by controlling your discipline. control your body, because when you can control your body, you can control your life. I want to see you boys fucking win. Nice talking to y'all. My name is Emmanuel. If it's your first time watching me, what's up?